pass from death unto life. Oh, praise God. Praise God. Your faith, my brothers and sisters, need to be at work right now. Your faith need to be at work right now. It necessitates death to sin and self. And those are the things that we must die to. We must die to sin and self. Self, oh my goodness, self will lead you down a destructive path. And sin will take you down the same road. 2 Corinthians 4:11 says, "For we which live are always delivered unto death for Jesus' sake, that the life also of Jesus might be made manifest in our mortal flesh." In other words, choose Jesus. Choose Jesus that you might live, my brothers and sisters. That's what it's all about. You have access. You have access today. Oh, thank God. Thank God for that access that we have, that we can live. And thank God for all the things, all the possibilities. Having that access, you have access. Romans 5:2 says, "By whom also we have access by faith unto this grace wherein we stand and rejoice in hope of the glory of God." When we stand in grace of the hope, that's a wonderful verse. I want to read that again. Romans 5:2 says, "By whom also we have access by faith unto the grace wherein we stand and rejoice in hope of the glory of God." Are you rejoicing in hope today? Because you have hope. You can rejoice. You can jump up and say, "Thank you, Jesus." Why? Because you have hope. And that hope secures your faith. And remember, my brothers and sisters, there is hope. There is hope. And through Jesus Christ, his blood has been shed for you, and it's been shed for me, and we have that spiritual life today. Yes, and I just thank God. I thank God for it today, brothers and sisters. We are truly blessed, and we need to understand that we are blessed. And no matter what the enemy has thrown upon us, there's a way out of that mess, and it's Jesus.
Where can you buy a brand new Nissan with a lifetime warranty? Kingston Pike. Hey, folks, Gerald Anderson with Ted Russell Nissan. You heard it right. Every new Ted Russell Nissan comes with a lifetime warranty, and that's a long, long time. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike.
Good morning and welcome to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Ask Your Neighbor can also be heard and seen on our website, WYSHradio.com. And if you are in Anderson, Rome, or Morgan County and have Comcast cable, you can watch Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV Channel 12. Ask Your Neighbor is the program where you call in and do just that. Ask Your Neighbor. Do you have a comment? Do you have a problem? Or do you have a question? Then call in and ask your neighbor. 865-457-1380 or toll free at 877-711-4005. And for those of you that might be listening or watching on the internet, you can email from our website, WYSHradio.com. Just click on the Contact Us button and email your questions. Now sit back and listen as listeners throughout East Tennessee and the entire world answer your questions on Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV 12 and AM 1380 WYSH.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome into Ask Your Neighbor. It's Thursday. David West stars and stories of the Kaz Walker Show, the Ho-Hee-Haw gang in here this morning. Good morning, boys. How are we?
Morning. Yeah. We was talking about our big show Monday night.
Out at Wild Wings.
Wild Wings, and we had the Ava Barber come by and sung with us.
Well, that's great.
Roger and Fred and Valentine. She's going to be out here at that big restaurant.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's going to be out there. She told me when. I'm planning on going over and seeing her when she's out there.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Well, she's good. She's played that riverboat so much for herself. She's a one-man band, you know.
Right.
She's really good. And I went to see her on a lot of occasions, but
Did she used to play with you?
She never worked for me, but we worked shows together.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we've done several shows together. She's just good. I mean, she sings good, plays piano good, but she's an entertainer.
Yeah.
See, that's what it is. You can entertain. You can be good, but if you don't make them people happy, they get it.
It don't matter.
It's boring after about 3 songs.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of people. Noah Peters was there. He won a lot of stuff.
He was there Monday night. That's great.
Barbie.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't never had him over here, have I?
No.
I need to get him over here.
Yeah, you ought to get him over here sometime.
It's Opry. They got him a Barbie chair so he can go backstage and sing with them. He cut their hair, and he showed a thing on here a while back, him and Kid Rock. He was cutting Kid Rock's hair, and Kid was singing. Yeah,
I see him online all the time. He's got all kinds of people in there in his barber chair singing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, boy, the 3 of them together is out of sight now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they really are. We get them 2 boys and Daddy. That Daddy's a real good singer. I guess that's where they get it from Daddy, because he's good.
Oh, yeah, he's good.
He sings real good. Where you been doing, Howard?
Well, a little bit of nothing.
That's good work if you can get it, Howard.
Well, beat the heat.
There you go, the story of Howard. That's it.
How's your wife doing?
She's doing a whole lot better.
Good.
Yeah, she really is.
I figured you'd been out working as long as we was out last week, wasn't we?
Yeah.
Barney was here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
we had the officers of Knoxville County officers there. And
You had
rest of
chicken
the
and
people
dumplings.
with us. We had chicken and dumplings.
Yeah, it was really good.
Homemade soup. And ham sandwiches. Boy, I had a big ham.
Man,
Oh, yeah, it was real good.
Yeah, that's.
Bunch of
I
officers were
heard that
leaving.
ham.
And good, huh?
I mean, this woman, I said, I want some chicken dumplings, feed about 20, and she had enough.
Yeah.
She had 2 big old crop. I never saw a crop that big. She had 2 big ones.
2 big ones.
And,
Did you have a good crowd?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's about what we had. We had between 20 and 30, as a give and take going. But we had a bunch of officers there, about 12, I think, came in.
Okay.
They were bragging about it, saying how good it was when they left. They said, I don't think we could have got anything better anywhere else.
Boy, it was good. That lady done a good job on all that.
She did. Was it Donna's wife? Yeah, she did real good.
Yeah, there's several of them officers used to come soup day all the time.
Yeah.
And they're a bunch of good guys, they really are.
JJ, I believe.
I was going home Monday night from Wild Wings, and I made it come out to North Freeway. The lights hit me, and I said, man, that's all I need is a ticket. And, of course, I pulled over, and he come over on the right side because I stopped after I got through the red light there, which I should have got somewhere safe. But I didn't know if he wanted around or what, but I just pulled over. It was me. He said, do you know you don't have your lights on? I said, no, I didn't know it. Of course, it's a light out through there in other cars.
Mm-hmm.
And I drove all the way. And he said, I said, when you get pulled up, I said, find a safe place. I said, it's not safe for me, you either one, sitting here. And I said, I appreciate it. Janetti cleaned the car up and stuff. Evidently, she had turned that automatic thing off of the headlights.
Yeah.
It's easy to do.
Mm-hmm.
I said, are you full of dumplings? This one of them eats so much dumplings that we named him Dumplings. And I fixed him a bowl. He can, I don't know where he puts them, but they short.
He was going to come near death in the family.
Yeah, he had death in the family.
And so Barney took him a bowl.
Oh, yeah. Barney said it lasted him 2 minutes or 3. He's a whole big bowl. I mean, one of them big
Big one.
quart bowls.
I've seen it.
He can dump him. Dumplings. We just named it Dumplings. He usually works at the fire on Wilbur. We're doing a fire. It's September.
Yep.
September 9th, I believe.
September 9th.
Tuesday, September 9th.
Senior day. And then, of course, Wild Wings is every second Monday. We got 4, 5, 6. What is this? August 6th. November, December. 4 more months.
4 more months, yeah.
4 more shows. But anyhow, we have big time there. And we pack it out. You know, before COVID, they'd be 25 standing outside trying to get in. They just stand at their wait for somebody to leave so they get in. Boy, they bad. The bunch that goes to me eats.
Yeah.
I mean, they come here to eat.
They do. They do.
See a show.
That's good. That's the whole idea.
And all kinds of people, lawyers, doctors,
Everybody. Yeah.
And Creed Daniels was there.
Well, that's
former
good.
Judge. Had his bodyguard with him, Tracy.
Yep.
He's got a woman bodyguard now.
Okay.
Yeah, and we got a good bunch here now. We'd like to tell them a little bit about Sideville Music Store. Anthony over there is got Martins. He sells sometimes 2 or 3 a day.
Yeah.
He's got Martin D41s, 28s. I think he's got just most of the good sellers is in now. They're coming in.
Good.
But you need a Martins, come over and see us, and then or see him. But if he got Fender, a big load of Fenders in. And I'll tell you something, he bought a state sale out, and he's got a bunch of Les Pauls.
Oh, nice.
Les Pauls, he's got some really nice stuff. They bought a whole trailer load of them, but they sold most of them, but they still got some of them. And Russ and Becky, they were over with us. And, I mean, we just had time.
Well, he's got the drums too out there. I know.
Oh man, more than anybody.
More drums than I ever seen.
It's big, probably the biggest drum store in the state right now.
Yeah.
I know it's bigger than anything between here and Nashville.
Yeah.
I'm positive of that. I mean, that's.
Yeah, Scott, repairman, is the best.
Yep.
Scott is, he's the best around.
Yeah, we got and then Doug, I tell you what, it's hard to beat Doug on sound system.
Yeah.
He puts up some good sound. He may need a sound at your school, church, or maybe want to sell something. Just call him. He ain't none too big, none too little.
And get you fixed
He
right
has a
up.
big, I was with him in Georgia. Where I was at, not with him, but I was down there at this big concert. Man, it's thousands of people. And he put that in that.
Nice.
Well, it sounded good, but he just isn't just real good now where he's at. You know, where if he's small, he's got small stuff now to just blow you away.
Right.
It's all this stuff's changed, ain't it?
Oh, it's a teeny tiny. You know what I mean?
Little bitty speakers.
Yeah, a little knock you down.
Yeah.
Not as big as a baseball. It's crazy.
Oh man, something else.
I don't know how they get that much sound out of stuff that small, but
I mean, it's just like on your phone. Look what
That's
all you
it.
do with it.
Everything.
true.
You take a cell phone.
It's just like a laptop.
Yep.
Yeah.
That little Fender amp they got, it won't weigh 5 pounds, but man, it's got a sound to it.
No, it's crazy.
I mean, it puts that stuff. I think most of them use it on bass, don't they?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they use bass.
That bass amp.
Oh, they use them for everything. Dexter knows all about phones.
Yeah. I used to actually sell cell phones, work on them, everything. For U.S. Cellular for a while.
There
I
you
did
go.
that.
Yeah.
And then got out of that and got into cutting hair.
Yeah. You worked a lot of different things, ain't you?
I have.
Right now, you're a barber. Tell me about you're a barber and
Yeah, well, I'm barbering, and I work for Uncle David a lot. He has me doing all kinds of stuff. You never know what you'll be
Painting,
getting into.
cleaning.
painting cars. They have to come look at that.
Oh, everybody, they need to come see it. If you've seen it, and if you've seen Uncle David's property around December to now, you wouldn't even know the place. It's a completely different place.
All new, huh?
All brand new, Ron.
Ron's got to come over and look
He
at
does.
all.
I haven't seen it since you painted everything.
Yeah,
I
you
have
need
to come check it out.
Ron. We got it all cleaned up.
Desmond started working on that about, what, 2 months ago?
No, shoot, it was about right after Christmas. It was around February, probably.
All them
February.
antique cars is then on the parking lot. They
Uh-huh.
like to raise sale. He paint them all up.
Yeah.
People be coming in asking to buy them now.
You know that big PAL engine they built? I got it down there.
Yeah.
And Doug went up there and said, there's somebody living in that thing. It opened the door. There was blankets and cans with his drinking cup.
Yeah.
I said, shoot, while he was out, I put a lock on him.
I should just locked him in there. No, I'm just kidding.
You better be glad he quit using hay.
Right.
Well, but I mean,
That's right.
if
You're
they
not in
find
trouble.
a hole, they'll
If
move
they
it.
find a place to hide, they'll hole up in it, won't they?
Yeah. One night, Steve come in. He said, "I won't call it law." Said, "There's a big blanket right there. As you come up the hill, you know,
Mm-hmm.
there's a big blanket." And said, "I believe something's in it." They come over and jerk the blanket back. There's a big old guy laying there, and him and his dog sleep. On that cold ground, it's cold. It wasn't ice cold weather, but it's cold.
Yeah.
And there he laid on that cover, his head and everything covered up.
Mm-mm-mm.
Him and his dog. So, and I don't know how many times they've set up camp. I finally moved that picnic table. I had a picnic table out front of the store, and I moved it. They just come and sit up.
Didn't you have a woman come in your house one time off the street and get in your bathtub?
Oh, as Mr. Walker said, this is too good to keep and too bad to tell. This is true. I was up there, see, we got a lot of stuff there. We got the antique cars in them buildings, and
Oh, Lord, yeah.
I got one of them
Donkeys and cars and...
I got one of them cadets. I can just ride all over the whole place, have fun.
Oh, yeah.
And Karen said, "You better lock that door." I said, "There ain't nobody gonna go in there." I had the garage doors up. I come in, and we did. Just I walked in the kitchen. I said, "There's been somebody in here." I had a pie. I had a pie in it. We got one of them strawberry pies or whatever it is.
Mhm. Shoney's.
At Shoney's. And they had got in a drawer and was eating it with a spatula. You know, it was laying there and the pie was laying there. I said, "Well, they've had pie for dinner."
Somebody's had pie.
And I kept walking through the house. I went back on one of the shower and I said, "Woman naked as jaybird."
In your shower.
I started seeing clothes on the way back there. And she's sitting there and didn't have mine at that time. I had a hot tub, but you'd push it, just push it with your finger.
Mm-hmm.
And push it again and come out. Push it as a push button. And she didn't push it in. She just sitting there, water's running in. She's sitting there like she was bathing herself. I said, "Good night. What are you doing?" She jumped straight up and grabbed my house coat and went out through there and plumb out down through the yard. I called the law and they come over and got her and said, "What do you want to do with it?" I said, "I don't, just keep her out of here, okay?" I think they took her to jail.
So what do you want to do with it?
Yeah, really. Not my problem no more.
Oh, well, they had something else.
That's funny.
She just took out running.
Yeah.
Carrying my house coat. She got it on, I guess, she got it down the road or somewhere. And this, you know, you just can't believe some of these people. Wait. And then Steve, I believe was your uncle.
Yeah.
We was going somewhere, and I looked down in that bottom dinner. That's when we had the picnic tables.
Yeah.
They just set up camp in their tent. I mean, they're setting up, you know.
You're right.
Well, ask you, David, what's wrong with me being here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's
There's
like
one-
a young bit or something.
There's one up there. He's come in and set his tent up, and he's cooking and everything. I said, "Buddy, you can't be back in here like that." He said, "Well, what's wrong with it?" "I'm not hurting nothing. I'm just going to sit here." I said, "I thought I'd just stay here a while." I said, "No, you ain't going to stay here a while now." So I called the law, and they come over, and they said, "We can't find him." I said, "Let me go up there with you. I'll find him for you." And he was behind that little building, peeping around. I said, "You see him right there? He's peeping around." They got him out. Oh, and one come in there. I didn't call nothing on them. I still got it sitting over there. Big buggy sitting out back.
Yeah.
He had one of these big shopping buggies. And he was putting charcoal under the bottom and cooking on them wars on that shelf. On the bottom, he had a big, nice tent. And he just loaded.
Yeah.
He just like it in his house. And he pushed it in there. They must have been after him or something. Because he used to stay about an hour or two. He was out front with his buggy. And they come got him, left his buggy. Still over.
Yeah, it's still there.
We could do like Mr. Walker. They had a flood up in Virginia. And when they did, somebody's house trailer come washing down and went right in his supermarket.
Oh.
And he went and pulled it out and had on a lot. Now we got your house trailer up there. Anybody, you're welcome. Come get it now. You won't know it belongs to try to collect some insurance. We got your house trailer. It's on a lot there now. It's ready to go if you won't come in. And we'd go up there and do a show right at that place where it was where it flooded Penton Gap. And we went up there and do a show for somebody. And for his trophy, they gave him a watermelon for the high water mark.
Yeah. That's funny.
Oh, he was a sight. I mean, that was a funny trip. We got up there and it's some big to do, big place. You had gobs of people. I forget what it was for now, but it's something big. And they give him that water. They fed us steak and everything. It was a big shovel. Party for them, whoever it was. And what he done, he said, somebody bought him a real expensive hat, brand new hat.
Yeah.
It was nice. And it was kind of straw, but it was really fancy, He just got the hat. He was really taking good care of it. And he started to go in. And he said, "You reckon I ought to wear my hat?" And I said, "I believe if I was you, Mr. Walker, I'd leave it in the car." I said, "You're not to forget it." I said, "That's your favorite hat, and they just bought it for you." And I said, "They might steal your hat, I said, "People, because you're a celebrity."
Yeah.
And I said, somebody is on news, they stole John Wayne's hat. He was hunting it, trying to put up ransom to her money to get it back. So he left it in the car.
Yeah.
Well, we went in, he done his show, and they just kept getting him back up there and asking questions. He couldn't get out of our horror, that's what it was. Every time he went somewhere, we'd go for an hour and stay 3.
Yeah.
Keep on, tell us about this, tell us about that. Well, we come back, he jumped in the car, and we went down the road, and when we did, he said, "Go back, I forgot my hat." I said, "No, you left it in the car." He turns around, he went through rubber stakes, he went through everything back there. CR green stamps. All of a sudden, he jumped straight up. I was driving, and he's sitting on it. He said, "Here it is under my blanket." Excuse me. He said, "Here it is, you know what?" And the funny part, Mr. Walker's a guy you can laugh when he laughs, but you can't laugh at him.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing no laughing, but he had the hat on his knee, and he was working it over. He was rubbing it. And then he'd put it on, and he'd look over in that mirror, and he'd go, phew. I was driving, see, I had my hand up on my face because I was about to cry. I was laughing so hard, I wouldn't even see that. I was driving with my left hand, and I had my right hand up so you couldn't see what I was doing. Tears running out of my eyes. Oh, he took it again, he took her again another round. He took, he worked them straws, and put it on, he got in that mirror. He was serious about all that.
Yeah.
The hat said, "Choo." He got mad and said some bad words and threw it in the back seat.
He done.
It wasn't church words. It's something else.
He had a few words to say, huh?
He come in, we stopped someplace, a big beauty shop, where they like for him to stop there and want to see him every time he come through.
Yeah.
"I'm going to give you something," he said. He went after us and said, "Dave, go out there and get that watermelon out of the back seat." And I did, and he gave it to them. So here's my trophy. I'm just going to give it to y'all and eat it. And they called us to come do radio shows back then. Hazard and Hyden and all them places. And so Hazard, I believe it was, called us. They want Mr. Walker to come up there. We got to go up there. They just keep on because they had stores up there.
Yeah.
We better do it. Said it's good from the stores, and said Harlan store, he had that too. And he said, "We'll just go up there and get on radio." Said, I told him I couldn't do but an hour. He got on there and did an hour. Oh, this called in, they had the lines jammed, called in. And they said, "Mr. Walker, these people lined up on telephone. Can you go a little longer?" "Well, we'll go a little longer." Went another. I went 3 hours. I was going in the 4th hour. He couldn't get off there. They was calling him about everything. Dogs and they was calling him about dogs and groceries and tell us a story about so-and-so. And of course, it takes him 10 minutes to tell the story, a 2-minute story. Oh, it was something else. We never got out of that place. But he entertained them, that's for sure. And then they used to get him up at that big restaurant, I can't think, up in Knoxville, to come up, they'd roast him. They're going to roast him. And boy, he come up there and he told me, he said, write me some material. So I wrote down some pretty good ones. He said, no, I need them rougher than that. I wrote him some rough ones. He said, that's it right there, that's it. He said, Archie Campbell was going to roast him, I believe. And he was asking a question. Archie was real good at that, because he made Archie on borderline anyhow. It didn't make any difference to him. That's right down his alley. Oh, but things he'd do and say, just he'd get sometimes on stage and come off some of that stuff, and we'd run behind the curtain and go, it's too bad. We'd say, oh, no, he's not saying that, is it? We'd run behind the curtain. And then after you got through, where's the band at? We'd come crawling back out. We're going to do one for you. And we get tuned up, walk up the microphone, then start another story. He done that so much on TV. He's talk. He talked through the whole thing. The hour we played the theme song, that's all we played. He talked. And see, they done his commercials. We're supposed to play so many songs on that show. And the FCC called the TV station and said, now, you ain't playing nothing on that show. Said, theme songs, and he's talking it all. That's not a talk show. That's a musical show. And he come out there and, I'll tell you boys right now, you're going to have to play more on here because they own to me. Fred said, well, we can't. You won't let it. I don't know how we're going to do it. Well, we got to get some songs on here now. They've been on me all morning. We'll go out there and we'll play some more. He might give some one. He had a bunch of us working for him on TV. And Fred Smith, he's kind of, Fred was a good old boy, but he didn't want to overwork,
Right.
And Fred got to where he wouldn't even take his guitar. He just used somebody's up there. And so Fred went about 2 weeks. He didn't even sing or play. He just walk out there. He'd walk out in the morning. When he did, he didn't think Mr. Walker's noticing. He hadn't been on TV, And Mr. Walker come out there. He noticed everything. Fred, are you still working with us? Fred said, well, I reckon. He said, I didn't send you on TV. I didn't know whether you quit or not. He's there every morning, but he just wouldn't give her doing it. And we get a lot of guests, too. We'd invite anybody who could sing or pick or do anything, just so we could kill some time. And we'd get them up there and get them on. Some of them, they was not as good as we was. And we get some of them bad, and you had to watch Mr. Walker. He had that big chair, and if he pulled his legs back on that chair, it meant he was ready to talk. And so we noticed, how he operated. Mm-hmm. And Little Red say, look out, David, he's got his legs on that chair, and it's time for shaving a haircut right quick. We'd be shaved, things start talking. And we knew what he was going to do, because when he pulled him legs back, but he'd get up there, and we'd get him tell same old stories over and over, sometimes he wouldn't catch it. And if it's something real wild, on the borderline, we'd get him tell it. Tell about that red ear corns, he said, well, they went all through the neighborhood back when I grew up. The corn shucking was a great big thing. Getting that corn shucked, and said, if you found a red ear corn, you got to kiss any girl there. And they said, maybe 10 girls there working. And he said, I tried to go out to old Roxy. She wouldn't go with me. He said, I couldn't carry her books home from school. I couldn't do nothing. She wouldn't give me time of day. He said, I just like Roxy. And he said, I told my mama, I looked in this magazine, they had red ears corn in there, and said, get me about 10, 12 ears of that. And so I had my big old jacket on, and so I hid them red ears corn, both pockets, and said, we just been doing that stuff, taking that shuck off from them. And said, when we did, I just about 5 minutes, I found a red ear corn. I held it up, and they said, okay, you get to kiss any girl up there. And said, I grabbed old Roxy, and I laid it to her. I give her a big old juicy and said, We went a little longer. Oh, I found another. He just went out the spot. Said I'd go after Roxy. He said when I got through with Roxy, shoot, I was carrying her books and walking her home. It made a big impression on Roxy.
Yeah, he did.
Him and Roxy.
Oh, Lord.
He got to tell me a lot of his stories, you know, when I probably told this, but he worked in the logwoods and they had their 22 they took with them and they shot squirrels all day. They shoot them and then had put them on that horse. That horse, see, they had their horses trained. I guess hired some. They had a ditch that pulled them logs in, kind of like a ditch. It's a little road type thing, and then they just go ahead and hook that log up, and then lay that thing down for that horse, and that horse would go right down where we're supposed to go.
Yeah.
They didn't do it. They turn him back around on him, and he'd come right back up there. They didn't have nobody to lead him, see. He said, we'd kill squirrels all day. Maybe we'd kill 20, 25 squirrels. And at night for supper, they'd give you half of a squirrel, a bunch of dumplings. And I ate some squirrel dumplings up at Briceville where they killed them.
Yeah.
You talk about good. You ain't never eat no dumplings unless you eat squirrel dumplings. They're 10 times better than anything else. But they give me a half a squirrel and some dumplings. I thought, I ain't going to eat all this. Boy, I did. It was good. It was delicious. But he said at night they'd have them squirrels. You get a half a squirrel and some dumplings. He said we get a new boy or two, and said they didn't know what they was eating. And one of them, pass them rats over here again. He called them rats, so they wouldn't eat none until we get more. He said if them boys couldn't eat them, we call them rats. Pass them rats again.
That's good.
Oh, he'd tell a lot of logwood stories. You know, he's a logging camp, and he told stories where he went out west, left home, went out there, and they'd let him out. The bus let him out, and they said, now they live, just follow this road. So they lived in this road, and he thought it was like a half mile or, you know, just a little way.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's about 5 miles to the end of that road. He said he thought he'd never find it. He just kept walking with no houses. And said, that guy said, now, you'll run into the house, you stay on this road.
Right.
They didn't tell me what it was, and said, it was about dark, and said, I walked and found it, and said, then I got scared because I hear him coyotes and stuff hollering. And said, he said, I just went over to railroad tracks. He didn't right there close, and took cross ties and stacked them up. And I got in there so they couldn't eat him, you know, or get to him.
Yeah.
And he said, I didn't have no gun or anything. He said, them things was hollering all around me. He said, boy, I was scared. Got up next morning, moved his cross ties, so he went to walking again, and he finally got there. He's going to go to work for them people out there.
Yeah.
He said he finally found it. I'll tell you what, riding with him, he had stories every day to tell you of his life history.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was really something. It was just, it's something you just can't get it in movies and stuff. And I guess a lot of movies just wrote off stories that people have done like that.
Certainly.
You know, that's the best kind, I think, when you do a movie about a story of something that really happened.
Yeah, I agree.
I know they have to kind of sweeten it up a little bit, but it still get good.
Yeah.
Talking about them boys wouldn't eat them squirrels because they thought it was rats. When I was going to grammar school, and me and my other buddies and stuff, we'd go down to lunch. One day a week, they'd have scrambled eggs and sausage, you know, all mixed up. Of course, we'd start aggravating them girls, said, you know what you're eating there? I'm eating eggs and sausage. No, it's hog brains. Lord, they wouldn't eat them. We'd just take their plate, drag it over on there. We'd have a steak.
Give me your hog.
We'd have to dig it out, boy.
Tell us some of your old school days. Did you get in very many fights?
Yeah, did you get any fights there?
Well, about every day. As soon as they let me out for recess, I was gone.
Yeah.
I had 2 older sisters that was going to school too at the same time. And they'd go get them because they was in the 8th grade or something. They got to go find your brother, said he's run off. Well, I'd be up on the woods somewhere hiding and stuff.
You did school or what?
Oh, yeah, I hated school, man. It's just like being in prison with me. I want to be out,
Yeah.
you know, amongst the things. I didn't want to be in no schoolroom. Of course, they'd whoop the far out of me and take me home. Then I get in the other, and I got home.
Used to do belt.
Oh, yeah, that's how I was raised, on a Bible and a belt.
Razor strap.
Well, my parents believed in that verse, spare the rod and spoil the child.
Yeah. I didn't spare that.
Of course, I mean, all that say, I'm glad that they was as strict on us as they was. It kept us at a lot of stuff we'd have probably got into.
Yeah.
But we never got a whipping we didn't deserve. They never whipped us when they was mad. And that explained to us, I'm doing this because you're doing wrong. It's not the right thing to do, or it's too dangerous to do. Worst I guess I ever got my dad. He caught me jumping a train.
Oh, man.
Us boys, several boys that I run around with, and we'd go down to a railroad crossing and a train come through. We'd jump them and ride the train and throw coal off. And people that couldn't afford it would go pick that coal up to burn. That's all they had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, of course, one time I'd come up there and I didn't know he was already home. The train got right in front of our house, and I jumped off and hit that ground. By the time I did, I looked down there. He's sitting on the front porch. He met me at the road, boy. He wore me out, and he said, I said, I've heard you and my uncle, talk about doing that. And he said, you're right. And that's the reason I'm giving you this weapon. I know how dangerous that is. He said, it take that fast, and you can go under one of them wheels, and that's it.
Yeah.
But,
That's
of
true.
course, it didn't stop me. I just made sure I didn't do it in his own.
Yeah, there's always a bunch of coal on the side of the tracks.
Oh, yeah.
People-
But like
I
I
guess
say,
some
you
of
know,
it fell off, and some of it
yeah,
they throwed off.
we'd throw him big lumps of coal off.
I had that.
They would bring a tow sack, and all they could carry, you know, of that coal. And
It'd stay all night, and look, see, they cut them big fireplaces down to like we had in our house. Daddy cut that big old log out and cut the grate. Yeah, they
Yeah.
called it the grate. Put the grate in it. And Mama just throw it coal in there and bank it. Next one time she had to do get up there and stir it.
yeah,
Boy would come over and lay a little bit of wood in there, and it as a CRT's burn your shins.
that's right. Of course, Mother had all we had was a wood burning cook stove, and then a
Fireplace.
big old warm morning stove in the living
Oh,
room.
Yeah.
Man, back there in them bedrooms, you jump out of the morning in the wintertime, your feet stick that over the your floor. It's these cold back there.
Yeah, I remember when I went to school, we had a fireplace. We didn't have
Yeah.
we didn't have a stove for a long time.
I'd hear my dad, he'd say, well, I got to bank this far before you go to bed. He'd put a big old lump of coal in there, and it'd stay all night till next morning. Then you go turn, like say, stir it up a little bit, and
Yeah.
throw a piece of wood in it, and she'd go again.
Oh, yeah. And see, we didn't even get a stove till, I don't know how far I was up to school. But we had that. But see, it's a little bit different with us because my daddy hauled for people everywhere. He hauled a lot of coal.
Yeah.
Back in wood and coal, he hauled a lot of it. He had that saw. I still got his saw and stuff.
That's cool.
He'd saw wood all day. When I get in from school, I had to help him load that truck. We cut up wood to take, he sold it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when he'd haul coal for somebody, he'd get him so much, you know, he'd weigh it. Then he'd put him 2 or 3 sacks or whatever it was and pay for the whole thing. And he had his coal that way. And Mama had coal, but we also cut wood with it. So you mix that wood with it so it burned to ashes. But it was, I'd get up every morning, Mama would say, she had one of them old, we called them set teas, that wicker thing.
Yeah.
And she'd scoot that thing right in front of the fireplace, and we'd sit there and warm up. Good thing about a fireplace, you know, it's just like baking a chicken. You just keep it turning around.
It heat them shins up and you turn around and warm the backside.
Front side. I remember when they first started getting stoves.
Yeah.
They took a piece of big old heavy metal and just put it in that hole and cut a hole in it. And they said, chimney would take it right on down and draw it, caught on.
Yeah.
We put a stove in, and we got some kind of stove. I forget how old I was when we got that. Cause and it was cold, but I had some of them boys went to school with me over. They were real old, you know. They'd been there probably 6 years in the same grade.
Yeah.
The teacher put them in the back there, and she'd get them. They'd come in and she'd get them for smoking, and I'd turn and tell on them, and that's pretty old, you know.
Yeah.
They're only high school. They should have been through high school. And their daddy make them come to school, and they couldn't pass them because she said they couldn't pass the test. So she had some of them back there 5 years older than we was. They sat on the back row, had that back row, you know.
Yeah.
And so they got throwing that coal off. Well, they got a little greedy, and they broke in one of them box cars and started throwing refrigerators and hot water heaters and stuff off. I mean, they was getting into chips. You know,
Yeah.
They caught them. I think, I don't know what they did with them. They done something because they wasn't sitting in the back anymore. But anyhow, that really happened, you know. I mean, them boys would. A lot of people did that, though. They had to really start watching trains when they get in there and throw it. Especially coming up to Clinton here, that big old mountain over there. They just get barely creeping. You just they throw about 4 or 5 things on. Well, the engineer couldn't see because he was in a curve. You know?
Right.
Nobody could see.
Man.
And they'd throw that cold stuff off. But anyhow, they got caught. And I remember this one boy, this big old tall boy, he must have been 5 years older than the rest of us. I forget his name now. And he's been out there smoking. And the teacher thought she'd embarrass him, asking what kind he smoked. She said, "What kind of cigarettes you smoke?" He said, "I roll them." He talked a little drove. He said, "I roll them." She said, she had him up in front of the class. You know, "Well, just what kind of tobacco do you smoke?" He said, "Bull durn." I never forget it, bull durn. You just tell her. She finally, and this is a true story. It happened. You got to imagine how Claxton School was 4 grades downstairs and 4 upstairs. So you had 1 through 8. Then you went to high school. And down in there, when I went to school, they didn't have no fans or not even air conditioners. They push the windows open. Big old heavy windows. In wintertime, you had them registers, they call them. That steam went through them registers to keep you warm. But you still need a coat.
Yeah.
But anyhow, it'd be hot and I sat right close to the window. Well, this teacher, she got mad at this boy. I mean, got upset with him. Every day when he come in off lunch, she'd take him a nap. He'd sit back there and sleep. And she'd go back there and shake him. Wake up. And embarrass him. He wouldn't embarrass him. By the time she got back up desk, he was back asleep again. So she went down to the principal's office and called his daddy through this little store over. It was right down below Ciderville, this little store.
Yeah.
Up in there, where that truck place is there.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a store there. She called that store because his daddy rented from that store, man. I think there's a house right against it.
Uh-huh.
And they told his daddy, and his daddy walked from that trucking company all the way to Claxton. And I was looking at him out the window, and I saw him walk just as slow. He walked in there and walked all the way up in our room, and he got him, shook him. "I sent you to school to learn something." He preached him a sermon, turned him loose. And I remember sitting up in that window watching his daddy walk back till he got out of sight, going back to that. And before his daddy got home, that boy went to sleep again. I guess he thought he was giving him therapy or something. I don't know. But that, that was something. See, a lot of people don't realize. When I first went to school, they had outhouses in here, no bathroom inside. And you had 4 rooms, and they had to come in there every one of them and build a fire and a big old warm stove down in them for them little kids.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in 1st, 2nd grade, they come in there and built, and then they come on up before they got registers. We'd have to keep it cold in it.
Yeah.
Some of us had to go outside and get coal and bring it in, and others had to put it in there. They parted with coal because it last a long time, you know. We couldn't part wood. That's about all we'd been doing, cutting wood and fur. But I remember a lot of times, you know, in that first, second grade, there'd be a boy, big old boy, or come down from another class, and maybe he was a coal man. He went around all the rooms and checked the coal and put all that in. I mean, it's a different way of life, Dustin. You'll never get to see it, but
I wish I could.
it was something to see. It was good. We loved it. And teachers, they were good to us, really. But that one teacher, she was David Palmer's listening. She was his aunt, and Miss Severs. They didn't have no kids. She had the prettiest house on Edgemore, going down through there. She had a house and a garage and outside toilet, and she even later had a pump house. She had a well, and all of them had the same color roof, and it was beautiful. White, I believe it was color. Whatever it was, I went back and put it back. And I was going down through there and bought that place. But she had wrote on my report card, I was looking at them the other day, David does not pay attention. You know, when my sisters read it, and, you know, that's older than me, and they all laughed, upset me, and I said, I'll pay attention. So I did, and then they come up, it was a bank repossession in California, Rocky Top Realty, man. Back in, it was another guy had it, not the one that got it now, but the one that started Rocky Top. And his Ken, I said, man, that's my school teacher's house. He's up for sale. I said, you want it? And I said, I'd like to have it. I called California and I bought it. I put it back just like it was.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it just looked like her. And she had one of them big old long, before I got out of school, she had one of them big long pipes.
Yeah.
And ears on it. And she got television. She probably the first person around her got television. And I'd look at that and I think, oh, Lord, I wish we lived in a house in a place like this. It's so pretty. Beautiful yard. Had them maple trees was set out in 1932. I run the history back on it.
Yeah.
And then David told me quite a bit. David Farmer's a historian. He knows a lot of stuff. But anyhow, I put it back just like it was. And I didn't get to keep it about 3 months. I sold to another real estate company one night for their daughter. I sold to them, but I fixed it up real nice. But I mean, right down to the birdhouse. I had the birdhouse green, whatever the roof was.
Yeah.
I had every bit of it. But people just don't realize how hard it was on even kids to go to school back in.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you had to walk. See, where I was at, we didn't have to walk forward. My daddy took me all the time because we was right there. But most of the time.
Well, then where I went to school, it was the first through the 8th grade till I was school.
Yeah.
We never rode a bus for 8 years. We walked. It's about 3.5 miles where we lived to the school.
Yeah.
We walked there and back every day. And there were no snow days, no rain days, no nothing.
No, that's
back
not.
then, you walked to school and back. And of course, I'd say my two old sisters had a problem with me because sometimes I just take a notion I didn't want to go to school that day, and I just sat down in the middle of the road and said, I ain't going today. Well, you got to go, because if we let you go back home, we're going to get it. So
That's funny.
they'd break in my limb and wire me out. And I get there, and they'd turn me out at recess. I was gone again. Oh,
Well,
Lord.
I wasn't that way. If the Cruiser bell rung, I run out. After and I see we had that. There wasn't a bit of grass on the ground. We all played.
Yeah.
Right.
There's holes everywhere where they played them marbles.
Yeah.
And quick as the bell rung, I'd shoot out quicker than everybody else and grab up all them loose marbles they'd lost and sell them back to them. I guess I was in business at a young age.
Yeah.
I mean, I was at church. I throwed it forward, but Faye made me a little thing go around my neck, and she'd pop me about 20 bags of popcorn.
Yeah.
And I'd sell it for a nickel a bag. Oh, I'd make $1 back in. That's a lot of money. I could sell 20, 25 bags, whatever she'd make. And after church, people want something nibbling on.
Yeah.
That popcorn, they'd buy that popcorn and say, why don't you bring some candy bars? Say candy bars, you didn't make no money on them. That popcorn I made, everything on it. It cost
It's all
cost
profit.
a dime. It don't cost a dime for a bag of popcorn. And pay profits, I had a dime in all of that.
Yeah.
I said, well, we might get some next time. I thought, popcorn, nickel bag, popcorn, come on out here. I'd be outside the door. Preacher, get you on the inside, and I get you on the out. I always tried to keep me something that went along with it, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is, little Jew boy. That's what they named me, little Jew.
Little Jew boy.
I didn't know if it was good or bad. You know? There's little Jew boy out here selling his popcorn. And my uncle called me, little Jew boy. And they had got on to him, the preacher had, because he was henpecked, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, I guess his wife was telling him everything to do. And he said, you're trouble, bless God, you're henpecked. And he got me out there and said, here's little Jew boy. I said, yeah, they told me in there she was henpecked. He didn't know what henpecked meant.
That's funny.
I'd come back at him on something.
Yeah, that's good right there.
I never was lost for words when it come up to them guys. You know. But it was a sight. It was a sight how we grew up as kids. And see, Faye and Alma was done already. Alma was about 12 and Faye was in 13, I think. This hitting the teenager deal when I was born.
Right.
Of course, they was out of school and gone before I started. And I remember it just real well. But them little bitty grades. See, we had one right there behind the lunchroom. It was kind of a small room. It really wasn't a big room. It was just a place to teach. And then they had 2 or 3 better rooms down there. And then upstairs you had 4 rooms at the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. And then they had that big gym. And with nickel, you go in and watch a movie, or you could see Bob Drake, the Jackson family. There's a lot of shows went on back then, wasn't there?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, people done shows coming there. You know, there's a lot of them on TV, and, well, on TV, but went around the schoolhouse and done shows.
Oh, that's some of the biggest artists in Nashville. We'll go to them schools.
Yeah.
A lot of times they'd hire them. Of course, they didn't make a lot of money back then, but anything to make $1 or $2, I reckon they go do them shows.
You get any show for people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. After I got up and started playing music, this group come by, and they were pretty good, bluegrass, and they said, now they sat down and worked it all out, we're going to work some schoolhouses. He said, y'all son, this poor guy, you know, they didn't have much, I didn't either, so we fit. But anyhow, they said, I was going to be their banjo player, so we're going to do some school shows, and said, we're going to get some money out there, go out there and make money, you know.
Yeah.
So they said, now, you used to do good on midday school shows. Well, I guess you did for television and everything, but it'd be like trying to do one now, and the guy sit back on you and have his phone to you play Yankee Doodle. And so we went in this school, and we thought something kind of funny, because he didn't take us to the auditorium, he put us in the lunchroom.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, this ain't going to be too big a show, you know. He said, I don't think we'll have a very big crowd on this. We ain't done this in several years, so we're just going to try it and see if it come back. Y'all start picking, and I'll drive them through, he said. Well, 6 come through, and about 4 or 5 more. Anyhow, it took in seemed like $5 or $6 to amongst us. Even then, that was nothing. Then, when the money done got up to money.
Yeah.
And he said, well, here it is. Said, y'all quit anytime you want to, because they started getting up and leaving. I said, is this a whole crowd? He said, that's all of them's going to come see the show. I said, we're playing on 60-40, ain't we? He said, 40% of that little dab off. Well, he'd end up we might get RC at a moon pie.
Yeah.
Oh, and they just, see, they'd been back in the old days when it worked. So they went and booked this school. Some of them would book auditoriums that had it on nights, you know, a Friday night or Saturday night. And when the Phillips brothers, that was the name of their group, and so they built this. They was going to have a big Friday night square dance.
Yeah.
And they probably wasn't enough for our dance somehow, but anyhow, they went to Star Sales. That's a big wholesale place, and they was going to get some prizes to give away. Boy, we got prizes. We got 3 big prizes. One of them was a lamp. And the guy sold it to him cheaper because it didn't work. He said, you can get there and fix the wire on it. And said, that's a $5 or $6 lamp, so that'd be a good prize. He got home, he didn't fix it, and he forgot about it. He forgot about it. And the guy that got it was going to look at it, and he started plugging it in. Different plugins that wouldn't come on. He finally come up on stage, swinged it, but the core, I was going to hit that guy with it, He said, this thing don't work.
What did he end up doing?
I guess he just took it on back. Worked on it himself. Hey, it's new to me. I never had work stuff like that. I never worked at a
Remember
school.
that time Honey took his dogs, done a show at school?
Did what?
Oh, boy, that.
Honey White had.
I'd have given $100
He
to
had about
spend there.
$20, didn't he? Had a big dog show.
Yeah.
And Fred Smith said, had it do. Last night at the show, he's having pretty good crowds, though. He's still yet. Because them dogs jump through hula hoops and all kinds of things. I mean, dogs is really trained. They jump up and do things, all kinds of tricks and somersets and climb stairs and jump off that into something else.
Yeah.
He had really a dog show. And he had a pretty good crowd, he said. And Fred said, how'd your show go last night? He said, oh, it's the worst I've ever saw. He said, that's the meanest blankety blank kid, he said, I've ever saw. He said, they was terrible. Said, they got up there and tried to mess with my dogs and said, scared them and said, they started using the bathroom right there on the floor, and some of them dogs tried to do their tricks and slide up.
Oh, man. That's bad.
He said it was just a bad bunch. And he said, I ain't going back to that school no more. Things that I did play some good school shows over back in that had crowds,
Yeah.
I remember playing Manorville, and of course Scotty Stone was working with us. And we drove pretty good, maybe 150, 200 people. That's pretty good. You can make a little money back in.
Yeah, some of the bigger artists in Nashville. They give schools and stuff a lot.
Schools for real.
I mean, anywhere they could get a show, they'd go. Because I don't think, I understood that there was one artist, Eddie Arnold, and they kept trying to get him to come rob. Well, if you went out on to do a show, you had to say from the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah, I got one of those posters.
They got a cut out of your money.
Yeah.
Eddie Arnold said, well, I don't need you. You need me. I don't need you. I'm going on my own. And he did. He never did do them opera
I got
shows.
a poster in 1946 where somebody gave me up on my ceiling. 1946 where he was playing one of them.
Yeah.
Eddie Arnold. I was back. He was, back in the 40s. Well, they thought that was big money.
Oh yeah.
I mean, dollar was big money, though.
Yeah.
But
Cash
they said
probably
it's part of the
26
opera,
gallon.
Grand Ole Opry. Then the opera got a cut out of your tape. Yeah. So Arnold,
He didn't work for him much, did he?
No, he said, no, I ain't gonna do that. Share my money with you. I don't need you. You might need me, but I don't need you. So he started doing the big shows on his own, taking all the money. Of course, it paid off.
He ended up with all the money.
A lot of real estate, boy, in Nashville.
He owned the waterworks.
He owned
the water company.
Oh, man. That's big.
You hear him talk? Well, I do own the water company. Every time somebody flushes a commode, I probably make a little change.
He owned that property where all the big stars and stuff lived and stuff. He owned all that property one time.
Turned that
and
on.
he sold, and they started building homes in there, George Jones and all them people.
And he owned this real pretty high-dollar glass. It's got all kind of stuff like for churches and stuff. He owned a glass company because we played his 82nd birthday And that's where they had us in that big place to do it. In that big glass country. Boy, you talk about some pretty glass. He said, well, our big sale on this glass was in Hollywood. Said the stars look at high dollar glass, you know. Said we sell more in Hollywood than we do anywhere. And I mean, him and his wife and his secretary and the two people that run that, the big wheels that run it, not that their employees, and me and Luke and Marshall Andy played. That's all was in there for his birthday. And I think they let the mail carrier's a woman. I think they let her come back there and wish him happy birthday. I believe so. But you know, and he got funny gifts. Like one of them brought him root beers. I forget what it is, root beer. I forget which brand it was. One he liked. One of them brought him a watermelon. And they brought, one of them brought him a flag or something for his big yacht. You know, that's what, I was needing one of them, he said.
Yeah, it's hard
They
to
know
say.
what he wanted, what he needed.
Yeah.
Little things like that was what he needed. He didn't need no money. And
Right.
He's rich, filthy rich, you know. And
He said, I reckon it's the only money I ever wasted. I bought me a houseboat.
yeah,
Because it was a yacht. It was no houseboat.
I'm going to put this flag right on it, he said. We'll see it going down.
Yeah.
Wherever. You know, it was just, he was a great guy. He sat on his couch, him and his wife, I got a picture of it. And we played in front of this, he had this big mirror behind his couch. And I got a picture in my scrapbook, me and Luke picking for him. And it come out in that glass, and it was behind him too.
Yeah.
In front of him. And played his songs. His songs for him. I said, Luke, Mike, we must have a lot of nerve.
Sit there and play his
A guy
songs
like that.
too.
So me and it play Make the World Go Away. He walked up in our room where we was at and got Luke's guitar and he played a chord or two. He said, I used to be pretty fair on one knee. He played a chord or two and somebody sent him, he liked comedy birthday cards, you know, they sent him some of that and he read them to us. He was just a great guy, but you say, Russ told me, because he drives one of the buses for King Chesney a lot, and he said he won't do nothing on the scenes. He goes in and rents the whole Coliseum and everything. Everything's his. Kenny does.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
And he said they took him lots of times, about $2 million on them shows, when them Coliseum shows, or more. Whew. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
a lot of money for one night's work.
Right.
Yeah.
No joke.
I believe I'd work about one night and be done.
What he told Zane, he said, Zane said, I think I'm going to go up to South Carolina or Myrtle Beach and buy me a house up there. And Zane said, well, why don't you just go up there and rent something to see if you're going to like it or not? You know, said, you may not like it up there. Said, why don't you just rent your place? He said, well, I don't know. So I made $60 million last year. Zane said, well, I just go buy me one.
You know, Kenny is at my house in Ciderville. I got a picture of him in Ciderville. And he got his first big, I forgot how many thousand it was. New Year's Eve, it was way up there, big bucks. It was his first big show, and he made big mug, his biggest he made. And Zane said, I said, how's Kenny doing? He said, well, he's got his first big show tonight, or this week, because it's going to be New Year's Eve party.
Yeah.
And he told how much it was. It was a lot of money. He's taking in something like 50 or 60,000. That was his. Of course, he had to pay everybody, the band and all
Right.
that stuff, you know. Said this is going to be the biggest show he ever did, make big money. And they thought that was big. And then he went on up to. Dennis told me in Nashville, he was booking for like $1 million a year.
Oh, yeah. $1
Way
million
back
a show.
Way back.
Yeah.
$1 million. And it's about what they get on some of them shows.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to hear about one of them.
That's what I said. I'll do one and I'm finished.
The
That's all
guitar.
I do.
I did one of them big shows with guitar.
That's right.
You just don't think about how much money them people make. I mean,
Just imagine George Strait, what he's made.
Oh, there's no telling.
Oh, right.
You can't even, I mean,
I wonder who can't help him count that.
I can't count that
I
high.
don't know.
The banks, I guess.
Probably the
Yeah.
banks, yeah. They're accountants.
I went to the bank one day over and I said, show me how to count $1 trillion. You know, I just want to know. We're in debt, trillions, and I wanted to see what it was. And they said, when you got no machines goes up that high, and I sure don't know how to do it. Yeah. But anyhow, they make a lot of money. See, back in the 60s, gas was 20 cents a gallon, 1909. Gasoline. I remember that's when they put it on sale. Sometimes they have gas wars and go down to 14.
That's nice.
Over in Blunt County, they have gas for you in Knoxville.
Oh, yeah, Blunt County.
It'd be 19.9. I pumped many a gallon for 19.9. Well, over in Blunt County, they go down like to 14.9.
14.9.
The people drive from Knoxville to Blunt County to buy gas.
Take 5 cents on a gallon.
Sure did.
5 cents on a gallon.
Yeah.
We put one of them gas wars on it, line up down there. It'd just be a nickel. Of course, nickel was a lot of money back
That's
then.
right.
Yeah.
You could buy a loaf of bread for a dime, for a half loaf of bread.
Yeah.
You get your RC and the moon pies. That was a big thing, wasn't it? RC
Oh, yeah.
cola and the moon pie. Everybody wanted RC cola and moon pie.
That's what Dad would always buy me or Papa would always buy me when we go to Fox Auto Salvage to see my dad. He'd always come pick me up, and then we'd go over to the vending machine. He'd buy me an RC and a moon pie at Fox Auto Salvage. Yeah.
That's been a big thing. I had ain't been too long ago, I ran to Lisa Barn out there, the music barn. They had a big party in there. It's $100 a plate. And they had that on the table, RC cola and moon pie.
Yeah.
Just for Haslam's.
Oh, nice.
I think that it was a big party. Jim was our big Jim. But they had,
That place originated in Chattanooga, and they're still there, aren't they?
yeah,
I know these.
yeah. Double cola's still made there, and they're still making double cola down there.
Yeah.
Moon pie's still made down there. Yep.
It is good. I tell you.
Well, it come from a long ways from depression to that.
Yeah, that's right.
Depression was really bad.
Yeah.
Or Faye and Alma, them tells us. Steve was talking a lot about the other day. What all his mama told him, what all she went through with.
Yeah.
They'd have to live three families have to live together. They'd have to chase rabbits and catch them and eat anything they could get.
Man.
Grow and go out and hunt turkeys and deer and
Anything.
to bring it back. Mom and Daddy, it's before my time, but Mom and Dad, Faye and Alma, they lived 3 families. They had 2 rooms upstairs, another one had 2 rooms upstairs, and then they had one downstairs in the kitchen level. 3 families in that big white house out there.
Oh, yeah.
3 families. Mom and Dad lived and the kid lived in 2 rooms. And on the other side, 2 rooms. And what they done, the way they had their heat, they put the fireplace right in the middle, and it's open on both sides. So heat come out on this side, and heat come out on this side.
That's nice.
And when I went to my grandma's house, it was that way. Her living room has a fireplace, and go over on the other side and pull that thing back, and it's in the bedroom too. You know.
That's nice. I like
I
it.
know that'd be
It's a
good.
good idea.
Hey, if I built a new house, I'd probably do that. Just like, you know,
Yeah.
you see it.
Oh, yeah.
We got gas. You know, you can see it on both sides.
Yeah.
Keep it warm on both sides.
That's a good idea.
But
I like that.
it was so pretty. Things like that was just we grew up with. It was just so pretty. You can't, you know, you just can't hardly imagine how they survived, but they did. Snow, people pay no attention to snow. They had them big old overshoes on. They go out there and kill some rabbits at rabbit time. Get some rabbits. And you done a lot of things when it snowed.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you had to have, what's it? Turnips. You had to have turnips on bad snow.
Yeah.
Daddy'd say, oh, it's Garnet. That's my mama's name. She was German. See, Garnet said, cook some turnips. She'd cook them. I didn't care much for them. I'd look at them, slice them, and put that red stuff
No,
on
me
them.
neither.
Yeah. I just kind of bypassed them turnips.
Yeah. I never been a turnip fan
But
either.
I like greens. I hated that stuff when I grew up. And I like now, but I could just smell greens cooking. It just make me sick. Sometimes give me
yeah.
headaches. I couldn't stand them, but now I like them.
I do too. I like greens.
fried cabbage, turnips,
I love fried
greens.
cabbage.
Lord, I can't stand that stuff.
My mama made it taste like candy. She cooked it, boiled it, I guess what you do. And then she cut it up like slaw, big hunks of slaw, and put brown sugar on it and fried it a little bit. Woo! Like eating candy. It's real good. I've not had none since she passed away like that. And they took tomatoes, made tomato dumplings, all kinds of blackberry dumplings. They take blackberries. Make.
Oh, yeah.
They cooked so many different dishes back then. They were good. A lot of dishes was really good. But we never get to see them again, I don't guess. Some of them. Rice pudding was real big. There's a lot of things that we probably never get to eat or see again.
I know we was growing up, with my dad, he worked out chemical company. He'd find a big blackberry field out on TVA land next to the lake somewhere. And, of course, them strawberries got ripe. Every container we had in the house, we took it, all of us, with blackberries all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Then Mother'd work them up all next week. Blackberry jam, jelly, just put strawberries in a big jar of themselves.
Yeah.
Take big old biscuit and take and baptize them things in that blackberry juice.
You go out there and chiggers would just flat eat you up.
Oh, yeah.
Big old yellow things, white things were chigger
Yeah.
wings. Oh, and I was real young, you could see them. I could see them down and pour my skin. I'd take a needle and kill them, punch them out. You had 20/20 vision to see them, but I was just a little kid.
Right.
Oh, and they get on you all over, on your belly especially. No, they just eat and eat. And I mean, you had to scratch them because they're digging deeper in your skin all the time. And Mama had some ointment she got from the doctor. Boy, you put that on there, and that was the end of it. And a lot of people doctored them before they got stuff out to kill them. And Faye and them would take shoe polish and put over it, smothered it to death, but it still eats for a while.
Right.
They put shoe polish on it. They put fingernail polish, but they never glue them up, and they put, some people put tobacco juice on them.
My mother just taken, called it call oil back then.
Kerosene.
A coil rag around our ankles.
So it wouldn't get on you.
Yeah. It would keep them away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially they wouldn't get on you. But if they did, son, like you say, man, they'd eat you
alive, man. I saw kids with maybe 40 or 50 on him. I mean, bunches of them. It's all over them.
That's rough.
And they go in to pour your skin. Right down deep in the pores, where hair is. The little old bitty thing, red. I've took needles over it, saying, be each and every good dinner in the D, man. And it bleed.
Yeah.
I guess he got rented on blood. I don't know why he did. But anyhow, that's back to the good old days. There's a lot of them. But we all went and picked blackberries. Oh, that was 4th of July, you had to pick blackberries.
Oh, yes.
And watermelon.
Well, I said, when I grow up, I'll never pick another blackberry.
Yeah.
I've been eating yellow jackets, chiggers, whatever. Scratched all the faces. I just reach in there and get it back.
Yeah, and wash nests in there, and you just knock them down and run them off.
Yeah.
Just run them off, didn't pay attention to that kind of stuff. Weighed that stuff. Back when we was cutting Christmas trees, we've had on insulates and boots, and we just go through them saw bars. I took my clothes off, and I was eat up with saw bars that stuck me. But, it was going to be tough. His daddy and another Jeff.
Yeah.
CR, we just went and got trees. We didn't pay attention to saw bars. We'd eat up next morning. We had holes all over us. I mean, just blood spots with them things. But I ain't cut no trees in a long time. So
Long time.
I used to chop 400 a day.
That's a lot of trees.
The thousands of Christmas trees. Well, I guess we better wind up here. About closing time. I was trying to find something to talk about. What did we talk about? Anyhow, we've had a good time. We hope everybody out there on radio and television lands had a good time. And remember, the fire is in September. But wow, when you talk about a show, we've been having some good shows, big crowds.
Yeah,
real big crowd. We had more than anybody sell-out crowd, but it's really good. That don't cost nothing to come over. Just come over and what you eat, so you got to pay for it.
That's it.
And it's a really good show because I got a hot band.
Oh, yeah.
Just about everybody there's Grand Ole Opry. I think everybody's Opry.
You can tell.
Just about, I guess everybody is.
It's probably the biggest business they get is when you play the show.
Uh-huh. I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
And then Noah Peters was there. Guys won all kinds of
Singing barber.
shows. You know, he's on Facebook. Don't listen to him.
I have to.
Boy, him and his daddy and brother can sing like
They did good
they're
the
out of
show.
this world. They're out of this world. I don't believe I ever heard anybody at Nashville can harmonize any better than
No.
three.
No.
They're
I mean,
good.
they are just top shelf.
Yeah.
It
They
looks like they're
sounded
top
real
shelf.
good.
And remember, come over and see us if you're going to Martin. Come over and see us if you need a fender. And just come over and see us if you just want to see us.
That's right.
We'll be happy. We got 3 barber chairs up now.
Yep.
Plenty of room, plenty of barber chairs.
I brought my spatial one back down there.
There you go.
That's where I take my daily naps.
That's it.
And I sit there, I shut my eyes and take. I don't go at sound, but I can hear what they're saying. You know? And I hear, I believe he's gone to sleep, ain't he? And I said, sure. I wake up when I want to. You know?
Take a 20 and rub it under his nose.
Yeah, he'll
so he's
wake
up.
up.
And do it. Hey, before when I was running it, we'd go back there and sit down. Me and Howard, he had him a barber chair, and I had one. I'd look over, double up, I'd look over and Howard be sound asleep. And I just go back to sleep. When he's sleep. We flipped him over barber chair.
That's right, buddy.
Good time.
It's good.
Because we've probably been up all night the night before, too.
Oh, people like went to the range. Guy came in there from Texas, and I was over here. I was coming over here.
Yeah.
He might have come with me. I believe he did. He just come in and sat down with me, I think. He had Texas license plates, and he said, "You sell everything in here, don't you?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "We take them barber chairs. There's 3 of them." And that's all we had in there. And I made him price. He said, "I'll take them." I said, "Well, we can't get them until I get back. I got to go do a radio show." So he come over here and then went back, put them on my bucket of my tractor, and I loaded them up and scooted them in.
Yeah.
And he paid a high price for them.
I'd say so.
But I just put some ordinary chairs there. I thought people would go to the range. What happened to barber chairs? I mean, wasn't the guitar. What happened to them barber chairs? Oh, that's what made this place a barber chair.
You're right, it did.
I called Don Bell right quick, and he found me too. And then I found this other one that big red man.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah. Well, he got some nice ones too. He got some of the glass on the handles and everything.
I've never seen those.
He got some pretty ones.
That's nice. Yeah.
He got some real pretty ones. Yeah. That,
Oh.
I just took a notion to get that he wanted them. And I just let him have them.
Yeah. The right price. Everything's for sale.
Everything goes at some kind of price.
That's right. Huh?
We'd like to thank everybody for listening to us. We have so many people said I listened to that show.
Yep.
And we're glad that you do. Hope you enjoy it. If you ever want to see it, some of it, come over. I'm going to bring one of my good scrapbooks, I think, there and let everybody can turn through it.
Yeah.
And look and
That's
see
a great idea.
what 1 million people looks like at Washington. Oh, I dug out. This week, I took and put I guess it's last week. This week or last week? It's Monday.
Okay.
This week. We put the cider mill back in there like we make cider with.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a little bitty cider place.
Yeah.
It was about maybe 8 by 8. It was just little bitty.
Yeah.
Just big enough for a cooler and all that cider. And that's how I sold cider. In 1955, it's got on the back of the picture.
Real.
Mr. Evans got a jug up showing him drinking it. And I took it down my scrapbook and put that there to show people what it looked like. That's when it started.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's when cider started in 1955.
That's just like the one you had, ain't it? The one you have
Yeah.
in there is just...
One just like it, identically to it. And then it started going so big because there wasn't no interstate. People just lined up. And so we built a big long one there and put tables outside. And that's when Don Gibson all of them started coming down there playing Jerry Lee and all of them played up on top of the hill, Harry Walkers. They come down through the day. I was 13-year-old when I started selling cider. I was working for the guy that started it. And he'd say, "You know who that is you're taking that cider to? It's Don Gibson." Of course, I didn't. Don Gibson. He said it was Ron Meredith. I wouldn't know. You know, when you're kids like that,
Don't care.
you know who it is. And don't care.
That's right.
And he's that like Sunshine Slim. I don't want to call his name, but it's one of them big stars at Appalachia. Sunshine Slim was putting them on. And he didn't know many of them, you know. And this one pretty big star said, "Don't you know who I am?" Slim said, no, I don't know who you are. Do you know who I am? He said, if you're who I called out, you're next. Slim, he didn't have a real pleasant personality.
No, he was funny, though.
Yeah, he was funny. He said, do you know who I am? He said, if you're who I called you, you're next. Slim didn't know any care who it was.
He didn't care at all.
It's something else. We got that. Won't you come over and see all of Ciderville? And I think I may there, maybe tomorrow or one day, I'll take that scrapbook back over there and open it up and look at it and see. A lot of this, most of this stuff I've been talking about. Well, I've got it in scrapbooks, but this one I got, I put a lot of things where we started in it.
Yeah.
And what the buildings looked like when they started. Music Barn and what it is today, and went through 4 stages, I believe. Wow. I think went through 4 stages to come up. It's the last stage. But anyhow, come over and see us at Ciderville, and if you need a sound system, call Doug. He'll come out and put you up a real nice one. And if you got something you want to tell us, call us. And a lot of people got stories on Cass Walker. About everywhere I go, they got a story, you know. Roger told me a story. Roger, Ava's husband. He said this guy had 3 hairs on his head. You know, that's all he had, just 3 hairs. So his bald head, but he had 3 nice hairs up there. And said he went to the barber shop and he said, I just barely want them trimmed. So that I want you to wash my hair and just barely take just a tab off. So that guy's washing his hair and one of them come in. He rinsed it off right quick. He said, I'm sorry, baby, when your hairs come off. And he said, well, that's okay, so just part it in the middle. One on each side. And he started parting it in the middle and nothing come off. He said, you ain't got but 1 hair left. He said, blow dry.
That's good.
Yeah, take care of that, Nick. Till we get to see you again, may the good Lord bless you. And remember what Mr. Walker always said, you be good, Lord, and he'll be good to you. Come see us. Hope to see you again next week.
All right.
Thank you for listening to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Make sure you tune in at 10 a.m. each day, Monday through Friday, right here on AM 1380 WYSH and BBB TV 12. Or listen live online at WYSHradio.com. And remember, if you have a question, comment, or problem, call in tomorrow and ask your neighbor. Or email from our website. It's Ask Your Neighbor. Thanks for listening.